Well, hey guys, Frizzy Brony here, and I've just finished watching episode 26, The Last Problem, and the last episode of season 9, the last episode of Generation 4 as it is. And oh my days, it's beautiful. I can't say anything else. You can hear it, my voice is going. And I'm not sad, that's the thing. I'm emotional. And that's probably for an obvious reason that a lot of people have shared. The show is essentially done. The show that we've started with all those years ago is now pretty much over. The comics are going to continue. The show is going to have its revivals. Gen 5's around the corner somewhere. But Gen 4 as it is done. Now, last episode I didn't give a rating on what I thought it was, because despite doing an episode review for 24 and 25, it was part of this grand 3-part finale, and seeing that I was destined and bound to give it a 9, and that just bumped it straight up to an 11. That might be cliche, but it's what it deserves. It is absolutely beautiful. I keep saying that word, and it's true. I'm not even gonna bother doing a full recap of that episode, because essentially it doesn't need recapping. You've seen it. If you haven't seen it, stop watching this video right now and go and watch it, because it's the best way you can end off that series. I'll do my best to do it justice in a quick recap. We start the episode with a bold title card that just says Many Moons Later, so we're assuming this is many moons after the ending of episode 25. And we're in the throne room of Canterlot, and we see, straight off the bat, grown-up Twilight. Twilight is now a full Alicorn princess, same height as Celestia, flowy mane and everything, and it's just so nice to see. I nearly squeaked.
The Abyssinians and the Diamond Dogs has not been easy.
That's why I picked you for the job.
Holy! Oh!
But I'm glad you could come.
Oh no!
What's the emergency?
Ever since I took over Celestia's school, my focus has been on teaching magic. But now it seems my top student has missed the most important
my
lesson
God.
of all.
What do you mean?
And we see grown-up Spike as well. The two of them together in their grown-up forms is kind of cute. And the fact that Spike grew up to how he imagined himself in the season 1 or 2 sort of fantasy sequences where he's saving Rarity from the Diamond Dogs, it's kind of funny. I like that little callback. And we see that Twilight is having a problem with her very own student. I can't remember her name. They say it once. I think it's Luster. But we see that she comes in and she's basically having the exact same problem that Twilight had in season 1. She is at the School of Friendship, or technically not the School of Friendship, but what Celestia had, the School of Gifted Unicorns. Her words. She's Twilight's student. She is the new Twilight to Twilight's Celestia, and we see that she doesn't want to make friends. She sees them as a distraction, a waste of time, and a hindrance, and despite knowing the history of the princess, she knows that there's something up, because Twilight is a princess and her friends are not there, so clearly, what's the point of friendship if they're not going to last? And this is where we see, in essence, the last problem, as Twilight recounts the story of her coronation, as it is, and the lead up to it. And we see that in the flashback, she's having a hard time saying goodbye to all of her friends. She's going around asking them how they'll be, and they're like, oh, it's fine, nothing's gonna change, it's gonna be like always, life goes on. And this does get Twilight feeling a little bit sad inside, and I know I'm skipping ahead over all of their emotional reasons why, because they do give some good ones. Fluttershy highlights that despite time apart, it's not as if anything is going to change. Applejack says that friendships are bound to last, and it's just how life goes. All of them say the same thing in a roundabout way, but it is true. Things do change. And naturally, this comes to a boiling point because we see them all congregate at the castle. And Twilight is very, very much not okay with it, and she lets that be known. And the group have a little bit of a pity party.
I'm gonna miss you so much. I just can't stop thinking about how much things are going to change.
What if we don't see each other?
What if we don't talk as much?
What if we don't stay friends?
Now you're overreacting, Applejack.
No, it's weird, but knowing you're all as upset as I am actually makes me less worried.
Now, we see that all of the main six, aside from Twilight, are busy with preparations for the coronation. Rarity's making a sash, Fluttershy's dealing with the animals, Applejack's doing the food, and Pinky is doing the fireworks. And Rainbow Dash is getting a choreographed routine by the Wonderbolts. So they've all got their things. But in having their pity party, it seems that they've missed the train. Twilight's train back to Canterlot. Why she couldn't just teleport herself, I don't know, but she was meant to get the train and they miss it. And Twilight wants to spend a bit more time, so she sends them all together onto the train. And that's where we know that things are going to go a little bit wrong, because they all have their doubts. Does Gummy know the firework routine? Do the Wonderbolts need their practice master? Does Big Mac know where to do all the food? You know it's going to go pear-shaped. But we get to Canterlot, and it's time for the coronation. All of Equestria are congregated in Canterlot's courtyard, ready to see this happen. And the visuals in this, the lighting they have, the atmosphere, it is stunning to see. I love how the show has evolved its art style with the lighting techniques and the sheer brilliance of it, how they've made it really shine and look nice. And so Twilight is leaving. She's got her dress on, in a bit of a hurry, mind you, and she's heading out onto the balcony, and walking in dresses aren't really her thing, so naturally she trips over, and also there may be a few spiders left on it, which means that the hummingbirds for the crowning routine aren't actually there. And because Rainbow Dash wasn't there, the Wonderbolts go in a bit early, and Gummy lets off the fireworks, and you knew things weren't going to go all to plan right from the get-go, and we see that Twilight quite literally falls off the balcony. So Twilight's basically, luckily she can fly, so she can save it, and the coronation doesn't go as it should. As Luna puts it, close enough. So we keep flashing back to present day Twilight with her student thinking of all the different ways that could have gone wrong, and this is why her friends are no longer there. And it turns out none of these are correct. As we see that, despite everything, the coronation went pretty alright. I mean, Twilight got coronated. Yeah, she got coronated. Forgot my words there for a second. And she makes a decree about the Council of Friendship, which Celestia and Luna readily are behind. And we see that they are finally retiring to Silver Shoals, which I believe we've seen before, but I'm not entirely sure. At least we know where they're going to be. It's not as if they just go off into the sunset. And this is where we flash forward, and we spend a good chunk. This is what got the emotions flowing. We see all of the main six in their adult, older forms coming to see Twilight, and there are so many cute revelations within all of it. Oh,
I'm late, but it is
wow.
so hard to find a sitter with a sense of humor for little cheese. Honestly, I would have been here sooner, but you would not believe how busy Yakistan is these days.
Oh my god! Little
Maybe we could get to places
Pinky and Cheese are a thing!
do some of the chores
Aw.
instead of always doing everything yourself. Maybe I would if you did them the right way. Oh, sorry. We're not the last ones, are we?
Wait,
Discord's headed to an O&O convention where he'd be joining us.
really? They're a thing!
Just assume that since you aren't together all the time now, that we aren't friends.
Oh my god. Rarity's the only one who doesn't look
My
different.
story.
Yeah, lighting's changed because I had to put a light on because it's getting dark outside. I've spent so long watching these episodes and trying to do this, so yeah. We've seen the older main six. We've seen that Pinky and Cheese are now an item together and they've got a child. Fluttershy and Discord seem to be a thing now. Fluttercord is confirmed. Applejack and Rainbow Dash are doing their thing. It's just so lovely to see all of them get back together. And we find out the reason is that once every moon they get together for their Council of Friendship as a way to just hang out. They rule Equestria together and they spend some time. And this is where we end the episode with an absolutely beautiful song. Because Twilight explains to her students, you might be finding it difficult to make friends, but if you want to see the true magic of friendship, start where I did. And she takes it to Ponyville. And that's where we get a song that is, in itself, a generic song. It's a lovely song to close out the season on, but it is basically a generic song. It's what you see in the background that makes it special, because you see all the ponies, and all the creatures, I should say, in their adult forms, because we get to now see that Yona and Sandbar are grown up, and they are seemingly together. We see Smolder grown up. We see that Sugar Cube Corner is now being at least partly run by the now grown-up Cake Twins. We see all the little couples that were set up together, Big Mac and his children. We see Lyra and Bon Bon together. There are just so many Easter eggs in this music video. It is so heartwarming to see. And now, the one thing that got me a little bit emotional was right at the end. And I'm not going to bother saying what it was, but as a musician, to me, music deals with my emotions a lot. It can play, it can make a scene, and the way the song ends, the visuals, the music, just play the clip. It is so gorgeous. It gives me tingles. I've probably watched that ending about 3 times just because I needed to see that. The visual of them all on the hill together, the fact that the song didn't include the theme song, but seamlessly ended with the My Little Pony theme tune, and just the closing image of the book closing, mirroring how the series, the entire show, started with the opening of Once Upon a Time in Equestria. Perfect way to end it. That really hit me, and that's what almost got me on the edge of crying, tears, in pure emotion. It was the best way you could possibly end it, and that is what cemented the 3-part ending as an 11 out of 10, and I will say that. It's an 11 out of 10, it's the best possible way to end it. I absolutely loved it. There is so much I could gush about, but I don't want these videos to get boring. Now that this is done, I have no idea what I'm going to bring to the table, so please let me know down below what kind of content you want to see on this channel, because reactions, I don't know where to go from this bit. It's been a fun ride and it can only continue. The show's over, but there's a lot more to do. What did you guys think of this episode though? Did you love it? Did you watch all 3 in one go? Did you space it out? Let me know down below. And until the next video, guys, it's been a fun ride. Bye-bye.
I got here as soon as I could.
Oh!
Friendship Ambassador is a full-time...
Oh no! What the hell?
Between Abyssinians and the Diamond Dogs has not been easy.
That's why I picked you for the job.
Holy! Oh!
You know what, Luster Dawn? You're right.
What? Friendship is more trouble than it's worth. This is your top student?
Aw, go Spike, I like you.
Eloise and Hubert, you should go too. I know it's a long way, but don't worry.
That's the thing, we haven't seen Aloysius for a while. What happened to the owl?
Everyone else gets to ride.
So after the treehouse got blown up, we haven't seen him.
Tip-top shape for the coronation.
I'm not crying.
And this
I'm
is
really
the
not.
Council of Friendship.
I'm just smiling.
That's what you're all doing here?
Yeah, this time every moon. What she means is, this is how we've been ruling together.
And how we've continued.
Okay, yeah, rarity's changed.
Back to Equestria over
I didn't
the
notice the grey streak.
It's how we keep in touch. No matter how busy life gets. But I've been so
mean I'm getting
focused on
old?
my studies, I wouldn't know where to start. That's all right, because I know exactly where to send you.
To the moon!
And no matter how much time goes by,
Oh, the cakes!
the party's
Oh my god, that's adorable!
to try where the magic.
Oh, older Starlight. I love the outfit's the same as the hearts-warming tail one. Oh yes, the older CMCs. It's what we wanted! Yes! Oh, this is so sweet.
The magic of friendship grows.
That was an episode. Nearly. They're just about holding back. Nearly. Ah.